This WJBF News Channel 6 special presentation, Honoring Black History, Mind, Body, and Soul, is brought to you by these local sponsors.
African Americans built the plantation houses and even their own slave quarters, just like this one. In fact, African Americans have been providing the building blocks for this country for more than a century. And one local man is continuing the tradition by building houses across the CSRA. Meet Oscar A. Jessie.
I always looked at or followed the blueprint of other successful developers.
Augusta native Oscar Jessie says the passion for producing housing started close to home.
I used to always see abandoned homes next to newly built homes. So it's a dream of mine to actually construct and reconstruct, rehab those homes and make them livable next to the homes that was newly being built.
What was once a dream is now reality. He is developing dozens of townhomes in South Augusta called Orchard Landing, just off Peach Orchard Road.
Actually started off with 13 units, and we ended up now with 44 units.
He says the inspiration to go bigger started at home.
I can probably say that was my wife. Yeah, she's always pushed me to, dream bigger, grow bigger, things of that nature.
That push has helped move him into making history as perhaps the first African American in Augusta's history to create housing of this magnitude. His plans have a purpose.
I listed them 10 to 20% below the market value. And that was to encourage individuals to have some type of equity moving into their house, just to give them a good kick start, when they're buying their first home or things of that nature.
The world, the state, as well as Augusta, Georgia needs more Oscar Jessies.
Director of Augusta Housing and Development, Hawthorne Welcher Jr. says Oscar Jessie is providing more than houses.
Outside of the area community housing development organizations that have been doing this type of work for 20 plus years, outside of that, when you start talking about an isolation and solely with a focus and a concentration on providing not only affordable but workforce housing as well. Meeting that median type income, which is very, very important. Connectivity point, because people want to be homeowners. I think from that standpoint, he is definitely paving the way.
Now, the man who started off following the footprint of other developers is creating his own.
It's a humbling experience to be the first and just look to pave the way for other black or, African American descendants to come that can travel along the path that I took.
Oscar Jessie is also developing more than 50 acres in Aiken. He says it's a gated community of 260 luxury townhomes. So his legacy continues. Still ahead on Honoring Black History, Mind, Body, and Soul. From the racetrack to the golf course, we introduce you to two men who left their mark on the sporting world.